Potential Motu Origins leaks might see the rise of the Snake Men expanded, plus some tease figures made it to the list, so let's check them out. And before we dive into the news, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you can be alerted to the latest news, reviews, and episodes when they drop. Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits News. I'm Michael, and with me is my collector in crime, Larry. Now, first wanted to send a special shout out to Charlie 5.5, aka Carlos on Instagram, for tipping us off to this news. And he's also the mod for the Motu Origins, Mott WWE and Superstars fan page. If you have not been there, I mean, it's got 13,000 fans. I'm sure you have, so keep visiting his site.
That's right.
So these potential leaks came from the Latino Masters of the Universe Facebook group called Motu LA. And as a caveat, we are taking this information as speculation until we get official confirmation, but it's fun to think about the possibilities if these actually come true.
Yeah, definitely. I love, kind of getting these lists that are kind of like, look like they're maybe halfway, credible, and you can kind of start seeing like maybe some future waves developing. So it's fun to get an advanced kind of scoop on it.
Oh, it totally is. And these leaks are supposedly coming from Amazon New Mexico, and these were discovered in their product database. And the dynamic duo Canal dos Rosmaneros is also reporting that this entire list might potentially be Amazon exclusives.
And I don't know what I think of the exclusive nature of it, but it's cool to see them regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if, maybe the distribution issues are still a-flowing for the toy companies, and maybe it's just easier to just house these in an Amazon warehouse.
I guess. I mean, as long as they're available and for everybody to buy, it's fine.
Yeah, there's a couple interesting things about this list. They're calling out Snake Man at Arms as one of the figures, but actually in Amazon's database, which we will see in a bit, it's actually called Serpent Claw Man at Arms. So that one is questionable. And also King Randor in his 2000X form is also there. So let's actually kick it off with him. And he looks pretty cool. I mean, from a 2000X version, and you had this statue,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I really like this one. This was maybe one of my favorites from that Staction line. I just thought it was really cool to see, Randor kind of in battle, and they did like this was from the 2000X cartoon, and I think it'd be a great version for Origins. Timing wise, it seems a little strange to me, just because we're just getting ready to get Randor in the next wave.
Right.
And then you've got a follow-up 2000X figure, so the timing seems a little strange. But once again, we know how like production runs go, and maybe it makes more sense to go ahead and do something like this now rather than wait another year and a half or 2 years. So
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they got to have his orange tight leg. They probably already made that for Origins, right? So
yeah, they've got the leg done,
yeah.
so they're set.
All right, and next up is Spikor, and he's actually been teased for a very long time now, and this concept comes from the one and only Stronnox Customs.
Yeah, I think this is one that a lot of people have been asking for. We've got him in Masterverse, so it'd be great to get him in Origins. As we get further into the line, kind of narrowing down that list of kind of the main characters, and I would say Spikor is definitely part of that main character group. So yeah, definitely be cool to get him and add him to the collection and to Skeletor's henchman. So.
Yes. Yeah, he's been a long time coming, and this is actually, I think, aside from Mossman, this is the second probably most requested figure in our comments of, okay, what
Yep.
about Mossman? And now Spikor's coming up too, so hey, maybe we'll see him soon.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right, and next up is the Snake Trooper, and we talked about this in our last episode as a figure they could easily bring to the Origins line.
Yeah, this one seems like a kind of an easy one that they could do. I think you could do a couple different things with it. You can go the Eternian Palace Guard route, where it's you can do like a few extra accessories, maybe two or three different head sculpts, just a few options. You could just release it as a single card too,
Yeah.
and it's a little cheaper. You don't have the options as far as display, but it's a little cheaper to get them that way. So, yeah, a few different things they could do here.
Yeah, I would actually really like to see this figure because I love the Horde Trooper armor, and so I'm sure that they're gonna replace the action feature possibly because it's an actual being in there instead of a robot.
And yeah, there's lots of cool stuff you can do with that. You can throw a He-Man head on there
Yeah,
and do like some kind of Horde Trooper, disguise or whatever.
yeah,
I
that'd be
think yeah,
cool.
there's a lot of cool stuff to do. So.
Definitely. And next up is Snake Tila from the 2000X line. It's actually one of my favorite figures from that line.
Yep. Totally agree. I think this would be awesome for Origins. And we've talked about this figure before. And it's cool to see that it's a possibility of something that can be upcoming. Because yeah, I think it'd make for a great figure. It'd be cool to see on the Origins card and everything else. So
Yeah, I think kind of going back to your Jake the Snake Roberts Masters of the Universe WWE comment around the skin, I think it would be neat to
yes.
see this on her too.
Yeah, I think that they've just done some really cool stuff. I mean, I think what they did in 2000X was pretty cool, but I think the Origins figure actually has seems like it has more skin because they're a little like Tila's kind of a thicker figure than her 2000X version was. So I think for the Origins version, yeah, it'd be cool to see some of those different effects for the skin.
Yes. All right. And next up is the Eternian Guard Infiltrator. And this particular figure was referred to as an infiltrator in the classics line, at least by the Fawoosh. So I'm assuming this because of its snake like appearance, and maybe he's just a palace guard snake person in disguise.
Yeah, it's this could make for a fun figure, lots of playability and stuff for kids and it's another thing that you can do a lot of army building
Yeah.
or gives you different parts to swap around with and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this would be a cool release.
Oh, it totally would. And another one that would be easy for them to do since they've already made that Eternian Guard and Man at Arms 2-pack. And it's actually nice to actually army build this stuff without having, 100 Man at Arms figures when you're done with it.
Yeah, I think if you do the different head sculpt, you can maybe do a little different color on like the body suit, maybe do some, change up on the armor and things like that. That way it's different enough from the previous releases that it stands out on the shelf still and it doesn't make people feel like it's a cash grab kind of thing.
Yeah, don't like that.
No, nobody likes that.
No. All right, next up is Serpent Claw Man at Arms, which came out in the 2000X line, and there's some debate whether this figure will actually be that one or the Snake Man at Arms that came out in the Classics line.
I say bring them on,
Yeah,
both of them. Just give us both. I mean, I don't know which one I like better. I think they're both cool figures. They kind of fit different roles. To me, the Serpent Claw Man at Arms is kind of like he's a variant, whereas Snake Man at Arms is kind of like almost like a different character because
yeah,
he's evil and he's been changed and so I think that they're kind of different kind of takes on the character. So I think either one of them would be cool. To me, Serpent Claw Man at Arms maybe seems a little more likely with if
yeah.
they're doing Snake Tila.
Hmm.
I just don't know if I see them releasing two kind of similar figures like that. But who knows? Maybe that's the more of a reason to do it. So
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, you got to also have somebody to pal around with Snake Armor He-Man too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he needs friends, and they need to be dressed like he is.
Yeah,
You don't be standing there in the regular clothes.
yeah. All right, and next up is Squeeze, and he was rumored to be coming to the Origins line in 2023 anyway, from various sources, and he's also been teased on the upcoming Snake Armor He-Man card art and on the Mattel Creations Cobra Khan card art too.
Yeah, I think this one's a no-brainer. I mean, I think we kind of knew we were going to get him. We've got several things kind of confirming that, so I think that this makes sense that he'd be here. And if anything, it kind of makes the rest of the list feel a little more credible because of his presence there. So I think it's cool, and it'll be fun to see what they do with him. What kind of choices they make for the arms and stuff.
Yeah, and here's a look at what could be coming down for the Origins line, and we have no idea on timing on this. So, and also just we're taking this info with a grain of salt, as some of these figures seem like they're more reality than others, but anything's possible.
Yeah, I think yeah, anything's possible. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And I guess there's a few things out there that might surprise me, but yeah, I think all of these feel like they're fairly likely figures. So,
Definitely. So let us know what you think of the potential Motu Origins figures in this list in the comments below. I'm Michael.
and I'm Larry.
And thanks for tuning into this Toy Habits News Brief. Thank you.